Hey gang, Akil here. Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast, one of the fastest trading related podcasts out there. How do I know this? Well, because each and every week we keep getting bumped up further and further on the iTunes rankings. So thank you, by the way. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the support, the retweets. Many of you guys have been out there on social media sharing with me your favorite episode and sharing with your community the most recent episode. And I just want to say I appreciate that. I appreciate you. If you guys are new, by the way, make sure you subscribe and become part of that TCP tribe that we have going on. But to give you a slight introduction or a brief introduction, my name is Akil Stokes, former struggling trader, current consistently profitable trader. I am also a trading coach over at tier1trading.com. And the goal of this podcast is to help you throughout your journey from going from struggling trader to profitable trader, but also overall to change the perspective of how trading is viewed. You see, this is a really kind of grimy industry, right? From both the trading standpoint and the educational standpoint. From the trading standpoint, many people believe that it is a get-rich-quick scheme. You can come in with a dollar bill and turn that dollar bill into $1,000 in less than an hour and do that over and over again until you're a millionaire in a few days. Which isn't the truth at all. In reality, you're going to blow that dollar bill and probably over leverage yourself and blow a lot more. But that's kind of the perspective that trading gets, kind of like gambling, right? On the other side, on the educational side, it's a very scammy industry. There are many of you out there have been burnt and betrayed in the past. How do I know? Because we work with newer traders, and one of the things that we always ask our newer traders is, what experience do you have? And many traders that we work with come in with these assumptions. And when you have an assumption, right, it just doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from some type of experience. And many people have been burnt in the past where they've been scammed, their money has been taken, or maybe they invested money and just the education was very poor. So they come in with this defense shield because of what others have done. And I want to change that perspective as well. Yes, there are a lot of scammers out there, but there are a lot of very, very good educators out here trying to make a difference. We just happen to be kind of needles in the haystack. But if we can do anything about it, we're going to kind of burn the rest of that haystack so the needles are the majority. And I recently had an interview with my my buddy Michael. He has a website called Mara Wealth, M-A-R-A Wealth, WEALTH.com. There you go, Michael. There's a plug for you. But I've known Michael for a while now. I'm really almost from the beginning of when I got into the trading education business. And I just know him as a person that shares the same mindset, right? We don't really have a business relationship. We've never really done any business with each other as far as like, affiliate links or any of that stuff or trade or courses or nothing like that. It's just someone that I've come across in the industry that is good spirited, that is good hearted, and really shares the same message as I do. And throughout the years, that's really what I've looked for, right? I look to surround myself with the right type of people. I used to be, and maybe it's an only child thing, right? Only child syndrome. I used to always have the mindset that I can do it myself. It's me against the world. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad mindset. But what I've found throughout the years is that you can have that internal motivation. You can have that me against the world attitude. But when you surround yourself with others that have that same attitude, that are just as driven as you are, that are preaching the same message, it just gets multiplied by 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 times, and your effort becomes that much more powerful. So something that I've always done in the industry, in both the trading industry and the education industry, is try to find people that are similar to me, people that they have the same mindset, they want to achieve the same things, and really work with those people, right? Swim in a flock with those people to improve myself. I don't know how many of you guys are cycling fans, right? I'm a big cycling fan, right? I watched the Tour de France. I don't know, I'm the only one that nerds out and watches 4 hours of men and women bike riding each day, but it's fun. And there's something in the Tour de France in cycling called the peloton, right? It's where it's basically the big group of riders. And what happens is when you're inside this big group, your work, your effort gives you more results. Why? Because you have other people in the group that are setting the pace. You have other people in the group that you can draft off of, right? NASCAR fans, you know all about drafting, right? Get behind the car in their slipstream, and they kind of do the work for you. And when you involve yourself in this big group, the peloton, right? They start gaining more and more ground quicker and quicker, and usually they end up winning the race, or at least overtaking those in the breakaway, the silly riders that took off at the beginning. And business is the same way. And while I was doing an interview with my friend Mike the other day, I noticed a few of the other traders and trading educators that I look up to and that I connect with in industry join me for the interview. And I saw it and I started giving shout outs. I'm like, hey, this person over there, hey, check out their website. They're awesome. They're awesome. And it took a few of the other listeners by surprise, because the initial thought that they give is like, why? This guy is a trading educator. He's a trading coach. He has a business that produces profit off of educating traders. Why the heck is he shouting out other trading educators, right? That's like Coke saying, hey, go buy some Pepsi, right? Aren't they in direct competition? Shouldn't they be bad-mouthing each other and trying to steal all the clients for them? And the answer is no. No, right? If you're really in business, guess what you don't believe in? You don't believe in competition. There's no competition. There are enough potential customers for everyone. And you only want the customers that want to be with you. If you're gaining customers by bad-mouthing someone else, does that customer really want to be with you? Or are they just kind of going with you because they're kind of confused and they thought they wanted to go with the other person, and now since you bad-mouthed them, they're just going with you kind of because there's nothing better to do? We can easily take that to a relationship standpoint, right? Where have you ever been the rebound guy or rebound girl, whereas the girl you have a crush on is dating someone else, right? This guy that's bigger, stronger, and a lot more attractive than you, and then like he doesn't want her, so she's like, okay, I'll go with you, right? How does that usually end? Does it usually end well, right? Usually not. Usually you end up getting dumped as well, because she doesn't really want to be with you. She's just kind of with you because it's the best thing at the moment. It makes her feel better from the first guy, right? So there is no competition. And the truth of the matter is, right, we're fighting against a much bigger battle. If you do want to label something competition, it's not the other people in our industry. As far as like educators, it's the mindset that is out there about trading. I told you earlier, the how people view trading in general as gambling, and how people view trading educators as scammy. And those are the bigger picture battles that we're fighting. So instead of battling with each other, instead of this small minority, right, battling against each other and allowing the big bad monster to win, right, we've all decided to work with each other. And I don't mean work with each other as far as like we're promoting each other and doing this and doing that, but we're liking each other's posts. We're giving each other shout out. We're saying nice things about each other when people ask, right? All because we genuinely respect each other. We respect the stance that we have taken against the grain, against the get rich quicker, against the scam artists out there. And we all have the same goal, to change that mindset. And in order to change that mindset, in order to catch that breakaway, right? That scammy, that get rich quick scheme stuff, that's the breakaway, because it's been out there for a while in this industry. And whenever there's a new industry, binary options, crypto, it kind of flocks to that as well. But they're out there ahead. And our job is to work as a group to create this peloton, right? And catch them. Catch them, overtake them, leave them behind, and once and for all, change the perspective of what it means to be a successful trader and the idea of what it takes to be a successful trader. And I challenge you guys to do the same. I know I say this a lot, but I challenge you guys to do the same, because many of you are competing against each other. Many of you are on these forums and you're trying your best to be a trader, and some other guy types in, hey guys, I had a great day on Aussie dollar today, made 200 pips out the market. And what's the first thing you feel? Are you excited for him? Are you like, oh man, good job, dude, that's awesome? Or are you kind of jealous? I would assume that the majority answer, if you guys are being truthful with yourself, is that you're kind of jealous. And the question is why? Why are you jealous of someone else's success? Well, the answer is easy, right? The only reason you're jealous of someone else's success, the only reason people are jealous in general is because that someone else is doing something that you wish you were doing. Am I wrong here? Right? Why else would you be jealous? Have you ever hated on someone that wasn't doing as good as you? Have you ever walked on the street? I'm from Philly, so I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but have you ever walked in the street and you've walked past one of the homeless guys on the corner and you're like, and you're jealous of him? Man, I wish I was homeless on the corner. No. You're only jealous, you only hate when someone is doing something that you wish you were doing. So the question is, what are they doing that I'm not? And how can I be doing what they are? And that takes working together. That takes communicating, networking, putting yourself out there and saying, hey man, I saw that you had a nice day on the Aussie dollar. Do you mind if I ask just, what type of strategy do you trade? How'd you do this? How'd you manage that? Pick their mind, right? Gain knowledge from them, right? The best way to be successful is to find someone that has already been successful and do what they do. Disclaimer, in trading, you don't just want to copy someone blindly. So if that trader is out there just firing off trades, just don't take the same trades. I can see someone doing that right now, right? They come into the market on Monday and like, well, Akil said someone's successful, so I do what they do. So he just took Aussie dollar. I'm selling. Don't do that. You never want to blindly follow anyone. But I mean, do what they do as far as the process, right? As far as the back testing, as far as the training, as far as, asking them, hey, what books did you read? What YouTube videos did you watch, right? Follow that type of process and start growing your network, growing your community. I just did a podcast the other day, sharing how we were featured in Forbes magazine. It was an article by Brett Steenbarger about innovations in trading education. And we were featured because we've taken an innovative approach to the trading education industry as far as creating a community, creating a network where positivity just flows in a circle, meaning it goes from one person to the other and keeps going around and around. And each time it goes around, it gets faster and faster and stronger until everyone is completely motivated and inspired and determined each and every day. And that's something that has worked tremendously as far as seeing the success rate in the traders that we work with. You can do the same. You just have to create your own circle. And with the not the knowledge, but I just want to wish I was good with words. With the technology out there, social media, the ability to log into a computer and immediately connect with people across the world, there is zero excuse for you not to do that. Give me one. So start thinking about that now. Start thinking about how are you going to better yourself as a trader. Start thinking about how whenever you feel these negative thoughts, whenever you feel maybe jealousy against someone else that's doing well, try something different. Instead of feeling jealous, try adding that person to your network, connecting with them, picking their mind, asking them what they're doing. How are they doing it? How can I do the same? And then becoming part of their circle, following the people that they follow, reading the books that they read. And see if that helps you join that peloton. See if that helps you kind of get with that group of traders that are finding success. And this is entrepreneurship in general. It doesn't even have to be trading. This can be your business circle, whatever industry you're in. Join that mastermind group. And as you guys slowly ride towards success, you're right there too. And you're no longer off the back wishing you were part of the group. But it takes action. You have to do something. And if you want to be successful, that something has to be done right now.